Okay, I want to start talking about season 6, Good, Bad, and Ugly, because I think it is the best season on release, like the best season they've released. But at the same time, it is also like the worst season on release. And that's because Deadpool's great, but he's also really ass. The proficiency system is really great, but it's also really ass. Like, it's just like everything's a double-edged sword. So I'm gonna start with the proficiency system because I think Deadpool is gonna be a little more. People won't like it as much. It's really great. I love having things to grind for, but it makes me feel like I can't use it. Um, there's times where like I'll play a game with somebody, then the very next game we see each other, and then they'll ban out the character I played last game, which is fine. I can play multiple people. I have like 8 Lord characters right now. I play a lot. I can play people. I know how to do that. And the problem I have with it is that, well, not all of them, most of the rewards there are like banners or titles for your character that the enemy team can see beforehand. If I see anybody rocking legendary blank next to it, I'm going, wow, their ass is a one trick with 700 hours on that one character ban. I saw we almost banned a Psylocke for it because they had one underneath that. We went, well, they might only have about 100 hours on them and like 50 hours on other characters, so it's not worth a ban. But genuinely, like, if I ever see that, I'm just banning that character. It makes me feel like I can't use those rewards, and that's a bummer. I like everything about it. I like being able to grind for it. The animated Lord icons are cool. The little frames that are for your icon, cool. The little badges, cool. Just makes me feel like I can't use the banners or the titles, and that's a good portion of the rewards. Other than that, I think it's great. People were complaining that it takes too long to get to the max rank, and I think that's on purpose. It's a long-term grind. They don't want to keep adding things every single season. You get this and you grind for it long term, which I agree. If I felt like I could safely use those icons, those titles and those banners, and like, oh, I feel rewarded. Look, I'm really good at this character, and they're not going to just ban me for it, ban the character for it, then I would think that is great. I would love it. I would love everything about it. But I don't feel like I can do that because I'm just gonna get banned. So yeah, that's pretty much all. Uh, I think Deadpool is complicated because he's really fun. I've played him. I played all 3 roles. He is very fun, very interesting, very rewarding to play. But at the same time, he's bullshit. He's bullshit for a few reasons. Let me talk about the reasons that aren't his kit. Those reasons are only one person can play him on your team, but you have to ban out each individual role separately. He's not that good. But that's not what I mean to say. He is that good. He's not that different, right? He has essentially the same kit on all 3 roles. The only thing that changes is the effects, right? It's not like he has a different all of his abilities actually, from strategist to DPS, exactly the same. They just do different things. And the only thing different from those two to tank is the unicorn plushie. And I mean like a whole new ability, right? Not just, oh, it does different things now. They just changed the stats and the numbers for it. Outside of that, everything about his kit is exactly the same. They are not unique enough to deserve 3 separate bans. In my opinion, they're not unique enough to deserve 3 separate bans. Also, the fact that tank does the least damage, which means healer doesn't do the least damage, it enforces triple support. For so long, we have been complaining about triple support, but now we have the problem where Deadpool does the healing of a support and the damage of a DPS. Gambit does the healing of a support and the damage of a DPS. Invis does the healing of a support and the damage of a DPS and the utility to back it up. Luna can do the damage of a DPS and the healing of a support. Adam can do the healing of a support. And all of these characters can do everything So there is no reason not to play triple support. And because healing is so strong, and their only solution to it so far has been, oh, well, we'll just up this character's damage, or we'll just add anti-heal to this character. The incoming damage is so strong that you are either forced to play, like, instantly kill them. If you're not bodying them, the game essentially, almost every single time, at least like 7 out of 10 games that I play, is, guys, we have to go triple support, and if we don't go triple support, we lose, because we cannot stop all the incoming damage. And there's no downside to playing triple support unless you're playing someone like Rocket, because Rocket cannot damage and heal at the same time. But all the other characters can. You're not losing out on damage, you're not losing out on util, you're winning in every category, so triple support is still a problem, and Deadpool just adds to that by being one of the best supports in the game, fastest ult to charge, like 40-second ult cooldown, oh no, but I get it in 3 seconds. Dude, I had a game that was entirely defined by Deadpool using ult every single fight. He would ult every single fight, and then one of their DPS or tanks would ult with him, and so every fight there'd be 2 ults going off from their team, and you couldn't do anything about it because one of them is a circle of healing support ult, and their Deadpool just has free reign to get his abilities off on you, because you can't stop him from getting his abilities off on you unless you leave. Like, there's no counterplay with that. It's just, can you pass the skill check of hitting right click on somebody 3 times and jumping on somebody's head? There's no real counterplay to that. And then once it's upgraded, it's even easier to do that. And that's some booty cheeks. It's just, it's weird because he's so broken. Especially the support one. Why isn't the DPS one broken? The support one's the broken one. Why are you making a support that reinforces everything that everyone is saying they hate, and at the same time, the DPS one is just mid? And on the DPS one, so many people want to play DPS or tank. In my opinion, and this is my opinion based off everything I've watched, everything I've seen, and everything I've played, support is the best, then tank, then DPS. But the problem is, if the enemy team plays support Deadpool, and you play tank Deadpool, or someone on your team plays tank Deadpool, and they refuse to swap, they are throwing the game, because here's the situation, right? It is similar to if I decide I'm playing Mantis, and I'm not swapping, but me playing Mantis means you're not able to play Invis or Gambit. You're just taking those characters off the board. Not like socially you can't, but like physically you can't do it if you want to. You are refusing your team the ability to play the better character, the character that would save them, and the character that could counter the other one, just by picking someone else. So if all 3 of them need to be banned separately, why can only one be played at a time? Their kits aren't different. They don't have different kits. They have different stats. Their abilities are pretty much identical. Like, and that's my other thing. They don't look unique. So, next point. I think I've said enough on that. They don't look unique. They're not different sizes, and their kits are the same. So there's a lot of times, and just like Gambit, he's a playmaker, so he can play around the DPS. He doesn't have to sit in the back and heal bot, which is good. We don't need every support to heal bot. But support shouldn't be able to do everything all the time, all at once. I've said it in comments, and I've said it in other videos. Support should be able to do things other than heal bot, but they shouldn't be able to DPS and heal bot, and do both at the same time exceptionally well. Now, so I'll see a DPS, I'll see someone on an off angle, and it's Deadpool, and I go, wow, they're playing Deadpool. That doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't mean shit. Dude, you could play Deadpool, and I don't know, until I see a healing effect from one of your abilities, or I see the plushie from the tank ability. I don't know what Deadpool you're playing. Actually, the tank one, until I hit you. I can hit you as well and see your health bar. But until any of those are accomplished, I don't know what you're playing. You're not visually distinct from any of the other Deadpools. So you could swap mid-round, and I'm going, oh, they have this ult, and then suddenly you don't have that ult anymore, and what I was planning on is just completely null and void. That's a problem. It's a problem that you can just swap between them as you will. They are banned separately. You don't look different. Your kits aren't different. Like, that's not good. It's not good for the game. And what's even worse for the game is how strong he is. He is so strong. He's not hard. His abilities are underexplained, and there was the setting. I've seen videos on how there's a setting that you can toggle to make it sound like the other ones and not sound like Deadpool speaking it. But he's just underexplained. Once you get a grasp for what his kit does, there's nothing in there that's mechanically challenging. All you do is hit the cooldown. He's super strong, and if you're notorious for overextending or being out of position, just play Tank Deadpool. He does the least damage, but that doesn't mean he does not a lot of damage. He still does a lot of damage, and he still has all these abilities, and he can save people and save his team, and it's not interactive. When I play against a Deadpool, it is not any more interactive than playing against a Rogue or a Thor. If you're going to have all these abilities and be all three roles and have this ability to do everything, at least be interactive. It essentially comes to, Deadpool's coming at us, can I kill him before he kills me? Every single time, no matter what role I'm on, the entire team has to point and shoot at him, or just look at him, kill him instantly, or he's going to wreck us. He is super, super strong. He is not very interactive. Deadpool, I saw someone, I don't know his name. He's got like the middle part like me, the glasses. I don't know his name, I don't remember his user, but I see his videos a lot, and I remember him saying this, and it's really good explanation of it. Deadpool has a very fun time playing his game. And that's that. He said something like that, and I think that sums it up really well, because he plays his own game, and then you have to play the game, and he just happens to be there. And if you can stop him, that's great, but most of the time you can't. And that's a real bummer. So yeah, I don't know how to fix it. He's jack of all trades, master of all trades. Once again, just like Gambit, when I said it for Gambit, I think that is a bad idea. And again with... Dude. We have another tank who's just a DPS. We have a healer who is just a DPS. Can we get a healer? Can we get a support, a strategist, and a tank that is not just a DPS? For once in our lives? Like, please. It's like half the roster at this point. If you count all the people in the roles who play as a DPS, in the DPS roster, there's like 5 tanks and 3 supports. It's insane. Can we get new unique characters that don't just do DPS? That's pretty much... It feels like that's all they know how to add. And it's a bummer because I love these characters. And I love their kits. I loved Rocket's kit before they turned him into a heal bot, because that was his shtick. Him, Adam, and Mantis were the only 3, like, off supports. Mantis and Adam did a lot of damage and healing at the same time. Rocket had great mobility. You would move around with another support, like off angles, around, float in the air. You would shoot out your balls because you can only be affected by one at a time. And you'd use your gun to mow down the enemy. You'd help finish off kills, throw a few heals to your team, and then heal you in the DPS back up. That's how it felt like it was meant to be played, and I was able to do that. It was very good. It was very fun. But then they just went, oh, he's not healing enough because people don't play him that way, so we're just going to make him sit in the back and press right-click. And it's buns, dude. It is absolute buns. I don't know. I don't like it. I wish it was better. But at the end of the day, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how to fix it. I just hope Elsa Bloodstone is coming soon, and I hope the mid-season patch comes fast. A fast hotfix to hit Deadpool with a fucking hammer. Wet Willy.